Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. Hi, Artosis.
Hey, Tasteless.
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great today. We are going to be casting an awesome series for you guys today, 4 best of 3s, and then we're going to go on a plane to BlizzCon.
That's right.
So you're probably wondering, who's going to cast the games? Artosis, why don't you tell them?
All right. Well, we have 4 people filling in. It has been announced on the GOM site, so some of you may already know. We have Jason Lee, who does a lot of work on Airang TV, a professional
sports commentator.
He'll be doing some tonight to kind of help tutor some of the other people that are going to commentate.
He's going to show them the ropes.
Executor, one of the most famous Counter-Strike players of all time. Actually, a really high-level StarCraft 2 player.
Yeah.
He was a Dota professional as well.
Yeah, and I'm not even – we're not exaggerating by that. He actually knows so much. We actually go out and talk to this guy all the time about StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Have drinks with him.
I share my Zerg
really
woes
knows
with him.
Yeah. So it'll be a very insightful cast. Go on.
We also have Idra. All of you know who Idra is. And then we have Sem, the old-school StarCraft 1 pro gamer. He used to beat pro gamers on TV and stuff during the beta. He played a little bit. He was one of the top-ranked players, very good during the beta. And so we have – that's actually a really good lineup. We're going to just kind of rotate through them for a few days, and we will be back on Monday.
And also, please be kind. Hold on. I'll get onto that in a minute. Here is the results for Day 2. Artosis, tell me about it.
Took out Choya. We had OGS and Snare took out Susie. That was actually pretty close. ST Ace took out I'm Cumer. That's CHRH. Very close series. Awesome series there.
I'm sad he's
Kyrix from Zenex, the Rush Zerg, the child of Yellow and July, as Tasteless put it, took out Hongan Prime. The biggest upset we've seen in quite a while. Total ownage games. ST Hope Torture.
Formerly known as Into the Rainbow.
Yeah, took out Flint Zenith, and that was actually a very close series.
Getting back to the casters, guys, please be good to these guys. Oh, hold on. We got to do this thing, too. All right, today's games, we're going to have Pippi Jung against OGS Cezanne.
Then we have Hyperdub against San Zenith.
After that, next, Seo Shin against Free SL Wera. And then Tank Boy Prime against TSL Clyde.
That's right. Pretty awesome lineup that we're going to be casting. I'm excited. A couple Zerg games, a really good TVT, and a nice TVP. It's I like it, man.
We got quite a mixture of games here.
Yeah.
Looks like we don't. We pretty much got all the matchups covered. We got, Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. We still got a mirror matchup in there, too.
Yeah.
Please be kind to our substitutes, guys. They're doing this stuff actually takes quite a little bit of getting used to. So be gentle to them. Be patient. And
they're experts.
They're experts.
You're gonna enjoy their insight.
It might be bumpy for the the before and after stuff, but
of course. We're professionals.
Also, yes, we're pros. Please also tune in at BlizzCon. And if you guys are going to BlizzCon, we're gonna be down there. We'll be walking around.
Come say hello to us.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Say hi. Yeah. So definitely come greet us. We're happy to see you guys. Look, today's games. We're still in the round of 64, but I have to say, the round of 64 that we've seen for Season 2 is considerably better than Season 1. Way higher level games.
Oh, clearly. The scene is getting so much stronger. We've seen that. A lot of great players have fallen already.
Yeah.
And more will continue to do so. Still have a few jobber matches here and there, not going to lie.
We had one yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
I won't give any names.
That's right. Won't say anything about that boxer guy.
Yeah, that boxer. Not Slayer's boxer, but the other boxer.
No, Slayer's boxer is quite good.
That was painful to watch, the other player boxer.
Yeah.
Hope he'll do better next time. Let's introduce our players now. Here he is. Pippi Jung.
There he is. Pippi Jung.
Pippi Jung. What do we call him?
Jung is a team.
Jung is a team, right? Yeah. Pippi is his name.
Yeah, I guess. Pippi, terrible ID, but that's okay. Pippi Jung. Jung, of course, the team of ESC Jung. Many believe him to be the best PvZ player in the entire world. So if he's gotten trained by that guy, this guy might have some pretty stellar Protoss vs. Zerg.
Yeah, this might be an educational moment for all of us, as well as an entertaining one. Pippi Jung. I've never encountered this guy on the ladder. I have played Cezanne before, and he is really good. But at the same time, when I was playing Terran, so I didn't get a chance to see his Protoss versus Zerg. But we didn't see this guy last season. We don't know if he gets nervous at all. We don't know if he has an incredible amount of experience, in the boot. So hopefully nerves won't get to him.
Yeah. And, well, here's OGS Cezanne. This guy, he did pretty well last season. I mean, he made it in. Hung in Prime, unfortunately, stomped this nerd out.
Yeah.
In actually a really good, really close round of 64 match.
Yeah.
So,
Spunky's here today. He's confident Cezanne can do this.
Yeah.
Although he is aware that Pippi is a formidable opponent.
Yeah. Pippi, we don't really know too much about him, but he does feel confident against Zerg. Of course, with ESC on your team, I guess you kind of have to. That guy is actually such a beast in this matchup.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm not entirely sure if ESC made it into this season or not.
How's about that?
Yeah.
This is going to be a pretty awesome series. I do love PBZ.
Yeah, no, I'm just happy there's a Zerg, man. I love to commentate Zerg games.
I know you love Zerg, man.
Yeah.
Well, actually, PBZ and StarCraft 1, that was my favorite matchup to commentate. I love the way it evolved. And I'm really digging PBZ and StarCraft 2. A lot of it does come to the opener that the Protoss chooses. Really, Zerg's the one that has to defend. He has to wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
While the Protoss is sort of dictating the matchup. It's a little bit opposite of StarCraft 1, where actually the Protoss had to be the one who was reacting. Now let's take a look at the map lineup. Scrap Station is map number 1. Now look at the maps they eliminated. Pippi Jung eliminating Blistering Sands and Delta Quadrant.
I cannot believe that he removed Delta Quadrant.
I know.
Great map for Protoss vs. Zerg. He just must not like it as a personal preference thing, but the map is very good for Protoss vs. Zerg.
He might have checked it off when he was laddering, and then he's just like, well, yeah, not enough experience. By the way, in set 2, Zelnaga Caverns also OGS Cezanne eliminating Steps of War and Jungle Basin.
That's right. Now, the map pool that we actually have here for Zerg could not really get better against Protoss. Scrap Station, you can't be attacked early. It's very hard to be attacked early.
Yep.
Then you have Zelnaga Caverns, a long map, even though the natural is quite hard to defend.
Yeah, 4-gate all-in's very dangerous. We're actually going to start this game, so get ready.
All right, this is actually pretty interesting. I did not know that this is how Pippi spells his name.
Yeah,
I've actually played this guy a lot of times on the ladder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I completely think Cezanne will take this match.
Yeah, in Korean that is actually pronounced Pippi.
Yeah.
So it's not quite Pippi as we read it in English. So it's actually Pippi.
So,
kind of cute name. Over here at the right, we have the one, the only, actually cutest name in the world, I think. He is
Pippi Jung.
It actually sounds more cute when Bill says it as well.
Say it twice, it's so good. Pippi Jung, Pippi Jung. Over here at the top, basically controlling the upper left side of the map, our Zerg player. He is known as a very powerful player. His name is...
I guess we're not going to...
Oh, just Cezanne. I'll just do it for him.
That's very nice and tasteless. But as I was saying, I've actually played this Protoss quite a few times on the ladder, and I do feel that Cezanne is a higher level player.
Ooh.
I think we will see a Zerg advance in this match. That is my thought.
Scouting probe right after Pylon. More common in StarCraft 1 than StarCraft 2. That does mean he wants to take a very quick look at when his opponent's going to make the pool. He may also be interested in blocking the hatchery.
Yeah, blocking the hatchery is actually something Zergs completely hate.
It's so good. It's StarCraft 1 and 2. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you just use the probe to literally stop them from planting a hatchery over here.
But he decides to go with a spawning pool first.
Actually, extractor first.
Well, spawning pool and then extractor. All right, well, it looks like our Protoss player probably going to go for a Nexus first. It's kind of what it's looking like. He only has made a pylon so far, setting that probe down at just the right time. I do believe that's what we're going to see. But if he's going to go for Nexus first, there is a possibility that Cezanne could do a little all-in here that is very likely to break through, to be honest.
And you know what? There's the destructible rocks over here.
Yeah.
So that could play a big role as well if he wants to break through here.
Now,
he's going to Forge first? Yeah, cannons
okay.
first. Okay.
If Cezanne just goes straight to Roach from this, he can probably just take a victory. Just say, okay, you're out. Leave the game. With the new increased range, you actually can't make a correct cannon wall in where it can block the building from roaches because of the new 4 range.
Yeah.
So this is a build that no longer really works. I'm completely surprised that he's doing it, especially upon seeing that his opponent's getting gas and a spawning pool fast. But if we look back at the Zerg main base, Zerg is actually not mining gas anymore, which is blowing my mind.
I think he's going to go for Lings, pure Lings. This build, basically anachronistic for this situation. This is a build you probably want to use in the patch. But, of course, the Zerg's reaction to it, perhaps not the best.
Yeah.
I note this is a tight wall, so the Zerglings can't slip through the cracks.
He could actually have just gone Roach against this and killed it.
Yeah.
I'm in shock that he's not doing that.
Now, if we take a look here, you can't see across the rocks. He's going to have to get something up here to spot this. In fact, if he's not paying attention, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, and it turns out there is an Automaton 2000 and a utility bot on the map.
Oh,
so there's actually 2 different neutral units.
Well, at this point, a Roach Warren is going up for our Zerg player. So, a little bit late, though. You know, he could have just made Roaches non-stop, and what is this Wong going to do against that? Nothing. That's exactly what.
Nothing. Then we got some Lings over here. He does now have vision across from that. I guess when it's constructing, you actually can't see over there due to the length of the vision, excuse me.
Now, our Protoss player actually hasn't gotten gas yet, so this Roach Rush, if he does choose to just make a bunch of Roaches and go, he should still be able to break him because we've just not seen a Cybernetics core nor gas. And I can't even explain to you how many cannons he's going to have to make to block everything from Roaches.
Well, enough to screw up his economy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he saw the other player basically going for Lings and was like, all right, well, maybe I can just, you know, crank out Zealots into a counter, but that doesn't even seem to make much sense considering the rush distance.
Yeah.
I really don't agree with what the Zerg's doing at all.
I don't agree with what either player's doing.
I disapprove.
Yeah.
But they are here and we're not. But I think, honestly, unless our analysis is off,
it's not.
If this guy does Roach Rush,
it's going to be painful for his opponent to stop if he makes a lot of Roaches and goes. But,
now remember, guys, Roach range was upgraded. Now watch, we're going to see the impact of that here. Okay, unless he does that. Okay, that would have been bad.
Yeah, see, now those are blocking, but he can walk up and attack the cannons.
Yeah, right in this region here.
It's smarter to, there you go, attack this area right here. Now, this is something he could have done a lot earlier if he had just gone Roach Warren instead of Speed Zerglings.
Yeah, exactly.
And he could have even expanded behind with just 4 Roaches or so. He could have forced about 5 cannons before anything else. Destroyed the economy of Pippi.
Now, there is a trick you can do in StarCraft where you actually force them to make all these cannons here. They break down the rocks. Then you actually just bum rush this region up here.
Exactly. With that many Roaches, you can actually just walk up, kill both cannons, and then you get all the buildings for free.
Oh, I'm surprised. He's actually going to attack the wrong region. Now, let's see if he doesn't attack up this way. Protoss realizes that this is a danger.
Yeah. And he should be trying to hit the cannons, please, most likely. Chooses not to.
I don't feel like the Zerg is confident when he's rushing at all.
Yeah, and that's weird because from what we've seen of Cezanne last season, he's actually a very rushing, low economy style Zerg. Against Hongen, he did a lot of builds where he was very aggressive in the early game.
All right, he's got to try to break it down now.
There he goes after the first cannon, but...
Oh, nice usage of force field there.
Yep. That cannon is saved. He's got enough cannons at this point, and the Roaches now have become pretty useless at this point. I mean, they're not really going to do anything. He's got enough cannons up and everything. His economy is just levels ahead of the Zerg economy. So really, every choice Cezanne has made so far has been indecisive and incorrect.
Nerves perhaps playing a role here, as well as strategic understanding.
And I think
Protoss is actually in so much better shape than the Zerg right now.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
All because of the Zerg's fault.
I think part of it may, in fact, be that our Zerg players right now aren't facing this strategy very much at all. I mean, as soon as that Roach range goes up, it makes sense that you don't do cannon expansions anymore. So he may just not have played against it, and the Protoss player's like, oh, I'll just do this. I don't know. Hard to explain, but I'm trying.
You're doing well, Artosis. You done good.
Thanks.
We got several warp gates up here. He's chrono boosting attack and armor upgrades here. So it's basically going to be the Protoss' turn to counterattack. Protoss may actually want to break the destructible rocks during the counterattack.
Yeah, I think so. That's a little sealed off area. You can't really get surrounded or flanked, and that's what Zerg needs to do. They need a lot of surface area because they have so many units that need to be attacking at once.
You know, one thing is that Zerg's going to eventually expand here. He wants to put all his spine crawlers here, but yeah, breaking through here forces at least some spine crawler presence to be here. That's going to subtract from the Zerg's drone count.
Well, that is right. Now, he is going for Burrow and Roach speed. Probably going to stay heavy Roach and taking the gold base as well.
Interesting. Well, this is probably, even though it's risky, probably the best bet he has for winning is to take a risk like this.
Yeah.
And go to the bottom left and hope that he can at least hold an attack here, because as we said before, taking this region is going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, his economy was quite behind. And at this point, going right up to...
Colossus.
Exactly. Now, if we take a look at the unit counts, he's actually got how many drones is that? That is 55 drones. It's actually more drones than he needs right now, but that'll allow him to transfer some down to the gold base.
How many does he have over here? I think this is actually oversaturation of drones. Yeah. He should probably. You really only need about 16.
Yeah. Some Zergs prefer 18.
Yeah.
Because there is still an increase, but after that, it's actually basically non-existent.
They're just bumping around.
But, you know, you make buildings out of drones, so you don't have to replenish them in that case, I guess. The gold base now is up. Got attack upgrades going, burrow movement, and carapace. So he's going to be just basically upgrading his roaches quite a bit. And he is going for hydralisks. That's kind of interesting because there is Colossus tech coming. Ooh, and a Spire as well.
Changeling. See if he can slip in here.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he is going Spire though, so that's good.
He has spotted the gold base.
He's gonna have to decide when he wants to hit that. If Cezanne macros really well right now, he already has gotten the extra hatchery at his natural, so he's gonna be able to get out a ridiculous amount of roaches. But he's gonna want to pop out a bunch of corruptors as soon as this Spire is done because he needs them to deal with the Colossus.
Now, I gotta interject here because this is going to be a big moment coming up here. Protoss has two options. You can attack here. That puts you at risk for counterattacking, but if you take it out, you're going to win a long and arduous game. Or you can actually go straight to the main, take out the heart, and if you do that, it's GG right there. So that's going to be the decision he has to make. One, a little bit more stable.
Yeah.
But, of course, you know, you have to be willing to play the long game. The other one finishes it there. You can save your stamina for the rest of the game.
That is quite true. Our Protoss player, by the way, is getting the Plasma Shield upgrades, which I don't think I've seen yet in StarCraft 2. He's got 1/1/1 upgrades. So really well upgraded units right now.
All right, he's going to go out. Where is he going to decide to go? Here's the big moment. Does he go south or does he go north?
Looks like he's going south, and let's take a look at these armies. Right now, 170 versus 172 supply. 3 Colossi in that army. That is the important number to look at.
Does he have an observer in this group? Because the Zerg players
roach may not.
I don't see an observer.
Yeah, he does have burrow movement, but the thing is, this army actually...
Oh, no, he has an observer. I spotted it.
Ah, okay. Oh, there it is.
Storm observer spots the observer. So there's not going to be any element of surprise.
Corruptors popping out as well, so that's actually a really good thing. He needs those Corruptors. But that is like so many Stalkers, man. I don't know if this is the right unit composition to take care of this. We'll have to see in a moment.
Here he comes!
Hitting the roaches, here they come, moving in, here come the Corruptors. But wow, there are so many units. He needs to refill his roaches instantly. It's 13 making right now, so they are popping out. But this Protoss army is so hard to stop with anything that Zerg gets pre-tier 3.
This is it. I mean, Cezanne's done. Cezanne is completely finished. This all goes back to the early game. He handled it incorrectly.
Yeah. I mean, when Protoss gets this mass, you better have something special going on, Tasis. Whether it's drops or hive tech, you need something more than just roaches and corruptors.
Nice. Force build on the ramp, GG. A well-deserved win for Pippi.
Yeah. I mean, he did this strategy that, a lot of people are thinking cannot be done right now. Cezanne did not react to it properly and loses that first game.
Well, we learned a lot there. Not everybody's going to play these games perfectly. I mean, and we're not saying that if we were in the booth, we would have played that perfectly. It's just it's easier to observe and talk about the games than it is to play them. So he's not out yet. There's still hope for OGS Cezanne.
Absolutely. The next map is Zelnar Caverns.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll fare a little bit better on that map. Definitely not going to see a Forge expand there.
No,
not
that
at
is
all.
impossible.
Yeah.
Also, special thanks to our sponsors at Sony Ericsson. We really appreciate it. And special thanks to Blizzard. StarCraft 2 is great, and it's getting better with every patch.
Yeah, I love StarCraft 2.
They made the ultimate esport. It's like the perfect game. It's like I was really scared because I didn't know if they were going to make a game that was as good as StarCraft 1. Well, they did it. Golf clap. Well done.
Yeah. It's an amazing game.
And guys,
that's all I do.
That's all I do. Well, actually, what we do is when the cast is done, we actually go to sleep under the desk here. And then an alarm goes off and we actually wake up and start casting again.
That's right.
Please check out the GOM TV player. This is being streamed to you through the GOM player, but if you actually download the GOM player, you can watch. It's. I think most of you might be more familiar with VLC or Windows Media Player. Try the GOM player. I'm very serious. Try to run your movies on it. It runs very well. I've been converted. I'm just preaching the gospel. And also, I'm getting a little bit thirsty, and I'm so glad because we have free.
You missed the train, Taste. I already did that while you were talking.
We have free Powerade here.
Well, the next map is Zelnar Caverns. This map is so good for Warp Gate rushes against Zerg. I really want to see that. We've seen that like one time, despite that being the best strategy on this map. Only seen it one time. Makes me so angry. I forget who did it. Maybe it was Hongan or something. And I asked him why in the interview, and he's like, because it's the best strategy on this map. And I was like, thank you, finally. It's just such a wide-open natural that you can't protect the spine crawlers. You get in behind those minerals or something, and it's like, what is he going to do against force fields and heavy Protoss units that are all shielded? Maybe the new Roach range upgrade will help hold that off. The Koreans do love to go Roach Ling to hold Warp Gate rushes.
Yes.
So we'll have to see.
I think the Roach range upgrade is huge.
It's actually really important.
It makes such a huge impact on the way you can hold off rushes, especially since you're running back and forth on and off of creep. Momentarily, we're going to get this started. The players are now joining the game. So when the Korean commentators are ready, we're going to get this going.
I'm excited for it, man.
I can't wait.
I do love to watch Zergs play.
I know you do.
I do.
I know you do. I love all races. I'm not a StarCraft racist like Artosis.
Guilty as charged.
The countdown has started. Let's get ready.